All right, folks. Harry Styles 2026 year ahead reading. So right off the bat, he feels energized and motivated to making his dreams come true. He's healing. There's wish fulfillment. He's just energized and feeling alive. Feels like a star. All right. In his career house, well, he has the ancestors and memories with intuition. So his family and those in spirit are encouraging him to trust his gut. So trust is important and trust is necessary in his finances and in his career house. So future finances, well, he's learning something new about the job that he does. He's inspired and highly passionate about what he does, but there's something new on the career front for him. New opportunities are arising because he's learning something. He's been growing throughout this process. He keeps his kind of tight to his chest, but there also could be a sense of something from the past coming up in 2026. All right, what will he be communicating? Well, we have Amethyst. He speaks with a wise tongue. He's going to talk about the beginning of his career, his ambitions, what sparked it. This is the good news bear. So it's kind of like how I grew, how I learned to be calm through the storm, and how I grew up. What that brings into what he's speaking into fruition is, again, another page. It's about that it was all a learning experience and that it brought a lot of fruit, and he learned a lot of lessons along the way. Now, in his home life, we have, well, there's a little bit of a loss, a disappointment in romance. And so it's time to take care of yourself, but romance is brewing, and it is in his house of his home life. So there may be a little bit of disappointment with a lover in his house concerning romantic disappointments. And the Six of Pentacles is letting me know that they will balance things out and it'll be fine. As far as luck and entertainment and the SX, well, we have stillness and ease. We have the Fool's energy. So something new is on the horizon. It's time to take a leap of faith. It's time to actually maybe take that risk as far as a gamble on something. He's also very meditative, and that could be speaking to his career and leaping all in to this new job venture that's coming up in the latter half of 2026 for him. Very good. He's really driven. He's high energy, just like the caffeine, the caffeine in his cup, right? Coffee. Be mindful of your addictions. All right. That's all I'd like to say about that. In his relationship house, we have communication and justice. The truth is coming out, and the truth will be told. But we have two little lovebirds there and two pandas. Things are coming into balance as far as a relationship for him. Now, what he doesn't see coming is nature and nurture at the Knight of Pentacles. Nurturing and self-confidence. It could be a single card as far as there is disappointments, spats, things of that nature, a little bit of letdowns. However, with the Nine of Pentacles, feeling very independent and freedom. And nurturing, he may just be a little bit more into nurturing his career at this stage, whatever stage of 2026 he comes into this. It seems like the latter part, just because of the Pentacles energy being very slow moving. As far as his social standing, well, people see that he likes a lot of things and he likes to indulge into many cups. They could see that he likes to indulge in substances, mainly the alcohol, but whatever, there could be some other substance in that cup. All right, as far as friends, have a Scorpio friend that believes in him and is truly happy for him, and they've been going through a transitional change. I don't know if that's a transitional person or not. As far as enemies, he has an enemy on the work front. They want control, power. They want power and control, warmth and nourishment. But with the cauldron there, they could be doing some fire magic in order to take control of him in some way, shape, or form. There's a lot of structure. It's a boss energy. It would be a higher up that is an enemy. Right, just moving right along to Louis, who loves all this attention. Louis just loves the attention. He can say he doesn't, but you know he does, because if you post in it online, it's for a reason. And you can say you don't want people to talk, but maybe you want people to buy tickets. You do want people to talk. Water, ease and flow is his overall energy, so he's just going to be going with the flow, and I will be right back after I set up this read. All right, so he's just very easygoing in 2026, going with the flow, feeling his emotions and just kind of like pouring them out. We have the Four of Pentacles, keeping hold of his monies, holding on. He's not letting go of something in the material world. Could be just not letting go, not letting where he may not want to let go of his monies, but he's ready to pour out his emotions. It may be emotions that he's been holding tight to his chest that he hasn't been able to get off of before. That is coming. That's just like his energy for the overall year. So going with the flow, but still holding on and holding back from something. In his finances, his career house, we have the Seven of Swords with Ritual Center. That's not good. Somebody lied and did a ritual on him. My goodness. All right. Future finances, again, keeping secrets, and he's thankful to receive whatever this blessing is. But there is this, I have to cut and run, being betrayed by someone at some place, somewhere, and it is in the center of his finances. So he's being betrayed in at work. He's being betrayed and lied on. That's not a good feeling. And then keeping it to himself. Okay, so whatever, he may be feeling betrayed, but he's thankful to receive the blessing that comes from the ritual. It's just that somebody got him somewhere and he was unaware of what was going to take place at the time that it was taking place, and the payoff is grand in the future. Let's see. Could be by a Pisces has lied to him at work, but it was for the highest good, to get him to where he needed to go and to get him to where he is going. He's thankful and receptive. So in his communication, what he's going to be talking about is how he, how to tear everything. He had to let go of his ego. He had to learn how to let go of his ego and start building fresh and new from the ground up. So what is it? What does that have to do with letting go? But something suddenly shifted in his life and he had to learn that lesson. Let's see. Well, we have Temperance. Temperance is a card of healing and balance, right? And mediation, forging to create a path for romance to enter his life. Bringing balance here. I'm not sure. Let me see, because that could be creating balance within a relationship. And Nine of Swords. Okay, relationships make him nervous and anxious, so he needed counsel or healing through a mediator, and he's not afraid to actually get the help that he may need in order to find a path forward for romance. As far as what he doesn't see coming is that there's a long road ahead, and he's standing his ground. All right. He has earth energy, so he's going to ground himself through work, but it's a long road ahead. So he's not giving up, and he will never give up on himself, even though he keeps things to himself, and he may have a bit of a pitfall, so to speak, it maybe for a couple of months throughout 2026. He feels like someone is hanging him out to dry, but that's not the case. It's just that he has to become grounded and kind of like get his bearings about him. I do apologize again for the background sound of the furnace. All right, so what he's speaking into existence is, again, that prosperity and luck and the success with the sun, heat, passion, and positive vibes. It's just high energy, right? And it's good luck, it's success. So this conversation, it's all about like, I had to tear things down to the ground. Maybe they were torn down for me. It was a sudden change that interrupted. It was a disruption to his life, but it helped him to learn and grow how to become successful and prosper. Okay? Now, as far as how he's viewed by the public and, you know, his social standing, is that he's a sweetheart. He's joyous. He's like honey, just sweet and attractive, right? But he also has a little stinger that he could poke you with, sting you with. Knight of Wands. He's viewed as a player, a casual dude that won't settle down. But he's kind of like a lovable asshole. A sweet, kind, gentle dude, but he's not one that wants to commit. That's how he's viewed by others and his social standing. That he's also just quick-witted, and he moves a little fast, you know, and he works hard. Let's see, as far as friends and enemies, we have a clever fox in his friend's house. Somebody may have been, I don't know, one of his friends may have went to jail, but they're very obsessed with him and they have deceived him. I don't know who that is, but they're a sly little fox and they are obsessed with Louis. I don't know how that falls, but they have a one-track mind and they can't seem to get Louis off of their mind. And this is a friend. It sounds more like a frenemy. All right, and now, because in his enemies, we actually have friendship and community. So I believe that this person up here that is a sly little fox and obsessed with Louis is actually, like I said, a frenemy, because we have friendship, community, and the Queen of Pentacles. It's somebody at work, could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, doesn't matter here nor there, but they're a queen. It's a feminine energy that he works with, and they could be someone in business that is faking like they're a friend within the group. These are the same person. I'm not viewing that any other way. They're probably going to spill the tea, or at least try to. That's what I have for Louis in 2026. Alright, I do apologize for the background sound. It should be shutting off soon. But this is for Niall Horan, and this is his year ahead. I hope I said his last name right, because y'all will get on me in the comments below. So go ahead and hammer away. Alright? His overall energy for the year is like he's remembering this tenderness. We have the Queen of Cups with memory and ancestors. So his lover reminds him of his mother or grandmother, just very loving, healing, nurturing energy here. And that is his overall energy of kind of taking on that role of healer, gentle, kind, loving, compassionate. And it's being passed down through his mother, his grandmother, and his ancestors. They're also, he is, how can I put this? Gaining memory from the past. I don't know what that means, but he's gaining memory from the past. Whatever that means, it's there whatever. Okay. In his workhouse, we have respite and care. We have the caffeinated panda. Caffeinated panda could speak to addictions if this is in like a negative aspect, if he's running on his lower polarity. Otherwise, it's like taking care of himself, but because he's got a lot of work going on, all right, and he needs the extra energy in order to keep up, which is good for your workhouse, but don't overdo it, don't overdo it if it's in the negative aspect. As far as what he's speaking and talking about, he's talking about self-love and romance and being a fool for love. All right, he's also talking about like from the very beginning, and I'm going to say this is from the very beginning as far as One Direction is concerned. He took a leap of faith and it panned out for him. Hold on. What he brings into fruition through this conversation is a period of, he's waiting to be energized, more caffeine here, right? He's waiting to find the energy, to find the momentum. I hope Niall doesn't have addiction issues, but they are coming out in this reading. So if so, he may be struggling during the first half of the year. Waiting on something, but again, with that caffeine and the energy and motivation, he's just waiting for something to come to him as far as the work is concerned, and he's been waiting on this from the very beginning. Man, okay. Now, what he is in his house and his home life, we have caution and reflection and strength. So there's something going on in the home life that we're not quite sure about, that he's holding back from, but he's being reminded to just kind of like take control and have courage to speak your piece, but do it gently. All right, so in his house of luck and entertainment and SX, we've got a new person here, either a new love or a new chapter in life where it's playful and fun and doing the little dirty dance with someone. All right, as far as his future finances, we have nature and nurture. All right, we have the Queen of Wands, workhorse. It comes natural to him, whatever it is. He's very highly motivated and ambitious in his future finances, as well as he could be starting new projects and really just kind of taking care of things and nurturing his talents, his ambitions, his drive. Seems like he just has a lot of sex drive going on too, but be mindful of overindulgence of any kind. What we have in his relationship house, now we have a newness. Now I don't know if this is like a new chapter in love or if this is going to be someone new all the way around. I've been reading for him for the past year. It seemed like he wanted to become engaged, wanting to get married. This is saying that he's moving a little fast. What we have here is the Chariot. Maybe during the month of July, we may find a pregnancy. We have fertility and we have newness. So I'm going to take it as a baby energy versus a new encounter, but it could go either way. Maybe dealing with someone under the sign of Cancer, but this is a successful relationship and a successful birth, if there is one that is brewing. All right. What he doesn't see coming is like his finances are about to grow. He's going to get the gig. He's going to get the gal. Everything is going to turn around for him. And it seems to be with this success of the Chariot, just driving things forward, just all of this momentum. My only concern for Niall right now is if he is a little drinking too much. All right. Doesn't matter. He's going to turn it around. It may just be, nervousness or something. We all overindulge from time to time, but it could just be that he's like overworked and this may not be substances. It's just there, and it concerns me with anyone who does have issues in the department. And from what I understand, all of the boys have had their time and place with substances and overusing them or using them as a crutch or for entertainment, whatever the case may be. What I have as far as how he's viewed by others, his social standing is, y'all view him as just like, he sets boundaries, he's just calm and at peace, and he likes to be withdrawn and alone. You think he's a sharp cookie, he's a wise one, but he likes to be left alone. We have boundary and B and BE. So he likes to keep things simple. Now, as far as his friends, we have the same friend showing up as a Scorpion energy that has gone through a transition. Same as Harry. I just did Harry's reading, and the death card came out there too. And what we have is this Scorpio energy is very curious. They're a curious cat. So it's a good energy, but they're a familiar to him. Now, but they're coming up as a familiar, but it seems like this is someone that has maybe not been friends with Niall for a minute, or it seemed like that. I'm getting the same thing for Harry, like this person has changed in some way, shape, or form. Maybe they've gone through, they could be attached to someone like Liam. Maybe that's why they're showing up both in the same house as a friend, where something has changed. But death being a passing in a transitional period, it could be someone within that's showing up that had a connection to the band as a whole. As far as enemies, I don't think he has any. To be honest, we have Welcome, Embrace, and High Priestess. Could be someone, it could be a Pisces, it could be a feminine energy, it could be anyone. They're trusting their intuition, but it doesn't seem like he has any. And even if he does, he keeps them close to his chest and he welcomes them. It's like he has an enemy, but he's willing to give you a hug. So even if you're at odds with Niall, he's just going to be like, come here, let me give you a hug. We can hug it out. So it seems like he may be just coming to terms with something and willing to at least extend an offer to an enemy, to someone that he hasn't been on good terms with, and just say, hey, let's hug it out. Let's get over this. Let's start anew. It looks good for Niall. I see travel. I see a lot of work being had. There could be a lot of travel plans. I see momentum. I see drive. I see fire and desire. I see a lot of hanky-panky going on. There's potential for just a new chapter in love for him, and that new chapter may include a child. We'll know by July. And things are turning around for him. Luck is on his side as far as finances are growing, and he really knows how to nurture them and make them multiply. And he's loved by all. You just see him as that he does have a strong boundary set for himself, and he just wants to be left alone. He doesn't like all of the hype. He doesn't, I don't even think he dates out like within the industry. I don't think he likes all of that attention being put on his personal life. Unlike Louis, he loves it. I'm teasing. Anyhow, I will be moving on to Louis and Zayn. And rest in peace to Liam Payne. Never will he be forgotten. Especially not by Niall. Or Harry. I feel like whoever this Scorpion energy is that, has made a change in their life and has made it from point A to point B, they're all welcoming this person back and they're showing up as a friend. So who would that be? I don't know, but you tell me in the comments below. And magic. So let's just see. But it's hearth magic, meaning it's at home. He's feeling comfortable. All right, so in his finances, we have curiosity, a familiar cat there. Curiosity and awareness of his finances, which is, you should be aware of your finances, but also about his career, which is kind of taking a bit of a hit right now because his Vegas tour is not selling. That's rumor mill. I didn't read it, but a subscriber did mention it in the comments, so he could be a little bit disheartened, but it's not affecting the way that he comes in or out of 2026. Good for Zayn. Now, as far as his home life, we have kindness and embrace. I would say that he's going to be spending time at home with his child and maybe a cuddle buddy. There are 3 people there. There's 2 adults and a baby. Really feeling at home. I think that this year Zayn will have a lover, but let's see what the cards have to say. All right. In his future finances, we have the ancestors and memory. So something from the past is coming up in the second half of 2026 for him. As far as what he's communicating, something from other worlds, and he's being guided through his conversation. Like he's going to be talking about someone who has helped him along the way, and what that brings about is delight, happiness, and how to believe in yourself. Very good. All right, okay, his overall energy, as I said, it's warmth, nourishment, and love. It's also a loving partnership. Relationship minded in 2026. All right, that says suspected. Wow, he is taking a little victory lap, getting some accolades. You know, it's time to shine. Short-lived, but still a reward for a job well done in his career house, and his finances are good. Level, and, you know, he may be accepting this award or getting accolades from someone that he's very comfortable around, somebody who he knows and has been, you know, around in the past. All right, in his future finances, he's king of this castle, loving it, and he too is taking on this energy, just like, oh, is it, who was the first person that I read for? Not sure. Harry. Was it Harry? Well, the memory and the ancestors are coming up. So, or was it Niall? Anyhow, in his future finances, he's king of his castle. He feels very comfortable in his lane and in his finances and in his job, period. However, something from the past is coming up that in which it's an offer that he's going to love and probably receive some accolades and award for. Very good for Zayn. So let's see. What he's talking about is this transition and how people, you know, somebody guided him, and it may be an ancestor, somebody in spirit, or maybe he went for spiritual counsel of some way, shape, or form. If not, it's the Holy Spirit that has been guiding him and into like making a move. I'm not sure what he's speaking into existence, as I haven't gotten that far yet. As far as his luck, well, as far as his home life, warmth, kindness, and embrace by a divine feminine. The Empress could be his mother, but this is a very loving, nurturing energy. This is his year. He's coming in wanting a relationship. That is his overall energy, just loving and wanting to be partnered up in love. He's going to wife someone up. Whether he's actually gets married, who knows? Probably not right off the bat, but it's someone that he could actually enjoy. His mom will be hanging around, coming over. I feel a lot of family warmth, loving energy. It's a way for him to expand and grow. It's also very successful in his house of love. I'm just going to call it a house of love, because in his SX house, could be dealing with a Leo or Taurus, Leo, whatever, but we have welcome, embrace, and with the sun. So it's his time to shine. It's all positive energy here. He's successful in this house, whether he's gambling. This is also, it relates to his career as far as like an entertainment. And it's his time to shine. He's getting lucky. But it's one that can sustain, and the person is high energy and high vibing, and so is he. He's feeling his cups, King of Cups, Empress, Sun, Two of Cups. It's all good. In his house of relationships, what I have here is the Seven of Pentacles. He's been waiting. Why is he waiting? He's waiting because he's a wise soul. Okay, Amethyst, he's calm. He's been waiting just for the right time for to make a wise choice, and he may not. It's just the waiting. He's fishing. Do you see him? He's fishing for the one, but the one is coming in 2026. Page of Cups, yes it is. He's getting his flirt on, and the person coming in for him may be like a Cancer, Leo, Cusper. I'm not sure, but they're very warm, loving individuals, and he's feeling romantic, energized, just warm, like he wants this. We have the page, somebody younger, could be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, but it's someone he's been waiting on a message, or like for them to give him the go ahead. Let's do this thing. Yes. So that's good. Good for Zayn. Now, what he doesn't see that his dream is going to be fulfilled. His wish is going to be fulfilled. He has abundance and wellness coming up for him. Nine of Cups energy is wish fulfillment. And he's just really comfortable in his own skin. He's comfortable where he's at in his life. He's wise, he's calm, and he's abundant. He's going to be doing some cooking. I mean, literally, like for a lover, he's going to be making a romantic dinner. It's probably going to be Italian, and I would say stay away from the red sauce so that they don't put their juices in it. But like, I don't know. I feel that he's the one that's actually going to be the person. He's making the meal, slicing little tiny, I don't know why you would slice them, but he's slicing the baby tomatoes. Delight and happiness with the Page of Swords. This is what he's speaking into from this conversation down here, what he's communicating, the communication, what it brings into his life is maybe a move, but he's speaking about a transition and the lessons that he learned, right? He also learned that, like, hey, I need to do my homework because I delight in happiness, right? It's happiness, and I believe in myself. So he's speaking about how he had to make some changes and move away from some things in life, and maybe move away from being the one to allowing someone else to guide him, and not being this, like, thinking that I'm the great I am and I got this attitude, right? Like, he's relying on other people to help guide him into this. And he's speaking about it, how this actually created happiness, this space for him to believe yet in himself and to learn something new. All right. Now, as far as, well, I don't know. His social standing is that people trust him. He has intuition with divine knowing. So they just feel that he's very knowledgeable and quick-witted. They also see him as a fighter and feisty, that he's a person that will take you down. He could become that he trusts his gut. He knows when it's time to speak up, he knows when it's time to shut up, and he knows when it's time to fight. He's not afraid. He's viewed as someone that is divinely connected, spiritual, the whole nine, but he's also a bit argumentative, or like defiant, we'll say. That he's had some letdowns. According to the news, he's the one that got beat up, right? Oh no, he would be the one that beat Louis up and gave him a concussion. What baloney. All right, so we have a friend that he's been on a break from. All right, again, I'm feeling like these are the same person. Four of Swords, but it's somebody that he worked with. So who has Zayn been on a break from? He may be taking a break from this friend in 2026. However, it seems like if it's a break that they've already had, they're forging a path forward. If not, in order for him to forge forward in friendships and life itself, he's taking a break from this person. And I feel like this is the same person here. We have loyalty and commitment in the enemies. All right, so a faithful friend has turned into an enemy, and I think that like they're gonna break up. Who's he friends with that he's gonna break up? Is this the Louis thing? Maybe they really did have an argument, and we just don't know about it, or maybe it's to come. Who knows? But it's Two of Pentacles. Someone they could be in Earth energy. It's someone that he was once loyal to, and they were. I was going to say companions, but like they were partnered up at work. And that's what I have for Zayn. It looks really good except for this shitty houses over here. That looks kind of, a breakup, and it's with somebody who he trusted and that he worked with. Do you see them? They're chewing the same bamboo. So it's someone that he broke bread with, somebody that he was comfortable with, and it being a Pentacles, it's somebody that he made money with. And this was someone that was very loyal to him. That blows. Anyhow, that's what I have for Zayn for 2026. I'm so excited for his love life and his career. His career is saying he's getting accolades for something coming up from the past, bringing and showing itself again, and being offered a reward. All right, let's just see how it goes.